Hi, hello guys, this is Vijay, chemist lecturer from Alibaug Junior College. And as you know that we have started our NEET series. Based on that we are discussing about NEET chemistry and NEET biology. And in that category today we are going to discuss about NEET chemistry unit 2 atomic structure in detail. Let's start. So to justify this duality nature of the particle and Heisenberg uncertainty principle, Schrödinger and the Heisenberg who could able to propose an equation called the Schrödinger wave equation. So in this equation is called Schrödinger wave equation. In this equation you see psi is a symbol that is representing for the amplitude of the wave. It is representing for amplitude of wave. Okay. Next, talking about this x, y and z. These are called as x, y and z for the 3 dimension. Okay, x, y and z. Okay. Okay. So this could explain for the 3 different coordinates. 3 different coordinates of the position of the electron. The possible position of the electron, x, y and z, 3-dimensional position of the electron. And v stands for, that is nothing but the potential energy, and m that is stands for mass of the electron, and h that is stands for Planck's constant. Okay. And this equation could be written by in the another form like this could be written in the another form like h cap psi is equal to E psi. So where h cap is nothing but the mathematical operator that is called Hamiltonian operator, it is called as specially, and psi that stands for the amplitude of the wave, and E that is stands for the total energy of the electron, that is representing for E. And the solution of Schrödinger equation which gives E and psi, that is total energy of the electron and the amplitude of the wave. Okay. So this is about the quantum mechanical model, and that could be leads to the formation of Schrödinger wave equation. Let us talk about orbit and orbital. So let us talk about orbit and orbital. Okay. So most of them they could get confusion between these 2 different terms. Now orbit and orbital. Let us talk about one by one. First, orbit. Orbit is nothing but it is a well defined circular path which is around the nucleus in such a way that the electron could revolve. Okay. As we discussed about the different atomic structures, and finally we discussed about the Bohr's model of an atom. So according to this, what happened? The electron which is revolving around the nucleus in a circular path, and that circular path is said to be orbit. Now talking about orbital. Orbital is nothing but it represents the region in the space around the nucleus in which the probability of finding the electrons is maximum. Say for example, this is the circular path where the electron revolving around the nucleus, this electron, and it is said to be orbit. Orbital is nothing but it's a region around the space of this nucleus, this entire space. Now here the finding of this electron, that could be maximum. The possibilities of the finding of electron, that could be maximum, because electron may move in any direction, but it is like a definite circular path according to Bohr's model. So in that you see here we could able to see, here we could able to see, here, anywhere around the nucleus. Yes, that is called orbital. Now talking about this is a circular path, definite circular path, and this is the space around nucleus. where the maximum possibilities of electron, maximum possibilities. Okay, next, orbit could represent the planar motion of an electron. Okay, so this could explain about the perfect path, that is planar motion of electron. And orbital, that could represent the three-dimensional motion of an electron. Here, three-dimensional motion, because according to this uncertainty, the possibility of electron that could be possible around the nucleus anywhere. That means it could be shown in three different directions, three different coordinate positions like x, y and z. Three different coordinate positions. So anywhere it could be possible. So orbital could be represent that the three-dimensional motion of an electron. But orbit could explain about planar motion of the electron. Next, talking about orbit. Orbit could gives the definite path of an electron, and this concept is not the accordance with the uncertainty principle. Uncertainty principle explains about the accurate position and the the motion or the velocity of the particle could be impossible. Yes, so orbit could not obey for this uncertainty principle, whereas when we are talking about this orbital, the orbital does not specify a definite path, and also according to this concept, electron may be anywhere in this region, where around the nucleus, anywhere, and this concept is an accordance with the uncertainty principle. Next, talking about the shape. All the orbits which are circular in shape, orbits shape circular, and orbital shapes, there are many types of orbitals. For example, s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, f orbital. S orbital, which is spherical in shape, p orbital, which is dumbbell shape. So we will discuss in detail about all these orbital in the shape, in the classification, types of orbitals. But orbit is circular, the shape of the orbit is circular, and orbits do not have directional characteristic features. But you can see in the orbital, except s orbital, all the orbits are having directional characteristic features, because s orbital itself, it is a spherical shape, circular. Similarly, this orbit also circular, so there are no directional characteristic features. Next, talking about an orbit can accommodate electrons which is equal to 2n square, based on this formula, where this n represent for the principal quantum number, s k l m n. I mean the orbit 1, orbit 2, orbit 3, orbit 4. Like an orbital that cannot accommodate more than 2 electrons, that could accommodate only for 2 electrons. Okay, so these are the major differences between orbit and orbital. Okay. Subtopic, we are going to discuss about this NEET chemistry unit 2 atomic structure, that is quantum numbers. Talking about, okay, first let us talk about quantum numbers. To describe the electron in an atom in a different orbitals, we need to set certain numbers, and these numbers are called quantum numbers, and these quantum numbers are denoted by different letters like small n, small l and ml. So these are the three different letters we are using to denote the quantum numbers. Okay, in addition to these three number, there is one more quantum number that could describes about the spin of the electron, in which direction the electron could spin. So that is including that, we are going to consider for the quantum numbers, there are 4 different categories. Let us talk about one by one. First one is principal quantum numbers. What is principal quantum numbers? So talking about this principal quantum number, this is the quantum number that could determine the main energy shell or the main energy level in which the electron which is present. Say for example, nucleus in an atom, around that there is a circular path called orbit, stationary orbit. There the electron which is revolving around the nucleus. Okay, so this principal quantum number could express us about the main energy shell about or main energy level in which the electron is present. So here different electrons are present in different energy levels. No, energy cell. First cell, second cell, third cell, fourth cell. Different energy levels. Where we are discussing about these cells. First cell K, L, M, N. 3 or 4 different cells. Okay. And this is the principal quantum number denoted by a small n. The letter. So small n may be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Okay. It goes on depending on the number of electrons present in the definite cell. Okay. This quantum number which is identified as shell, and the cell with n is equal to 1, n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4. N is equal to 1, that is said to be what? The first cell, and the cell with n is equal to 2, that is called as the second cell, and the cell with n is equal to 3, that is called third cell, the cell with n is equal to 4, that is called fourth cell. And these could be expressed in alphabet: K cell, L cell, M cell, N cell, K, L, M, N. So this is what the principal quantum number. Now let us talk about what are the information we are gaining from this principal quantum number. Okay, first information, that is this principal quantum number that could gives the average distance of the electron from the nucleus. The distance between the electron and the nucleus, that could be the distance between the electron and the distance between the nucleus, that could be calculated average by knowing this principal quantum number. Say for example, n is equal to 1, first cell, it is closest to the nucleus and which has the lowest energy. As the value of n that increases, the distance of the electron from the nucleus, that also will be increasing. Okay, very simple. Nucleus, it is there, and the first cell n is equal to 1, that is nothing but K cell. The distance between these two are very less. So it is very close to the nucleus. So it has lowest energy. When the n value is increasing, n is equal to 2, the distance between nucleus and this n number 2, it is increasing. Similarly, n is equal to 3, the distance between n and 3, that is increasing. So the distance, the value of the n which is increasing, the distance of the electron, that also obviously increasing. Now that knowledge we can get by knowing this principal quantum number. Next, talking about, it also determines the energy of the electron. Energy of the electron. A particular energy, electron and its energy could be determined by this knowing of this principal quantum number by using a simple formula. Okay, that formula is energy, En is equal to En. N stands for what? Principal quantum number. Principal quantum numbers are there. There are different type of principal quantum number, 1, 2, 3, 4, K, L, M, N. Yes. So there is a formula we are using to find the principal quantum number. Energy, E stands for En, that is equal to 2 pi square. So by using this formula, we could able to understand that the determination of the energy of the electron. En is equal to 2 pi square me to the power of 4 h n square into h square. Okay, n square into h square. using this formula, we can able to know a particular cell, the particular stationary orbit electron and its energy, that could be determined. Okay, yes. So at last we are discussing about this principal quantum number. The principal quantum number could be able to give the knowledge about the distance, average distance between the electron which is revolving around to the nucleus, that is a distance, and also the energy of individual electron present in the stationary orbit could be calculated by using the formula by knowing this principal quantum number. Okay, so far guys, we have discussed a few topics from this unit 2 atomic structure in detail, and this particular chapter we will continue with one more video. Until then, thank you guys.